Hello everybody and welcome back to Michion's World of Tanks channel. Today we'll be taking a look at this beauty here, TVP T5051. This is a tier 10 Czechoslovakian tank and it's a very good tank. Some people may even claim it's a little bit overpowered. Today I'll be taking a look at it and I'll explain a bit why it might possibly be slightly overpowered. So let's begin with the gun. The gun on the TVP 5051 is practically the same gun that you get on the T50, the tier 9, only the tier 50 gets 3 shots. Yes, the T50 gets 3 shots and has slightly worse gun handling. As you can see, aiming time on the TVP 5051 is slightly better, and the time for loading one shell is also slightly better. It does take 3 extra seconds to reload the entire magazine, however. Now, this 1.5 in comparison to 1.8 seconds for loading a shell in the magazine can be quite important, because in 1.8 seconds, people with very good reflexes can possibly pull back or angle themselves, but in 1.5 it's much harder, so you can pretty much count that if you have a target standing, say, peeking out of cover, you're likely to be able to put 2 shots with this tank, instead with unlike this tank that will probably only be able to put 1 shot before it pulls back into cover. Okay. The DPM on the TVP 5051 is not that great. Oh, the fuck. Okay, we'll just ignore that. Never mind. Okay, I am now a Turtus T5051. Lovely. Yes, but if we compare it to things like the Centurion Action 10, 3300 DPM, it is rather on the low side. But that's okay. That's okay. It's a magazine loader, like the Batchat, like the that's pretty much the only tier 10 all loader out there, medium anyway. The Batchat 25T AP, yes, him as well. So the DPM isn't what you're going to use this tank for. What you are going to use this tank for is burst damage. Okay, you're going to use this tank to single out lone enemy tanks, preferably with half HP, and that will allow you to just take them apart very easily. Now let's take a look at the numbers here, okay? This is not a heavy tank. This thing, where is it? There we go. It's a 40-ton tank. It is not a heavy tank by any stretch of the imagination, but it is bigger than most, heavier than most medium tanks. The Centurion Action 10, which is considered one of the biggest tier 10 mediums, 55 tons. But things like the Object 140, as you can see, 36. So it's rather on the high note. We can say that, I assume. The engine power, the horsepower per ton, is very good. 25 horsepower per tons. The Cromwell B, which is considered a very speedy one, only has a 23 horsepower per ton. So this is a very this thing knows how to shift. Okay. The armor is non-existent. Okay, it's 65 here, 120 on the front of the turret. The gun mantlet can rarely bounce shots. The gun mantlet, as you can see, it's quite a bit of spaced armor, and there is armor behind it. So it is possible to bounce shots on your gun mantlet, but you should never ever depend on it. Side armor is 40, rear is 30. You're gonna get over penetrated by most things shooting at you if you show them any of your side. Okay. The only good thing about having 65 millimeters of frontal armor is that you're not gonna get over penetrated all the time. Side of the turret 80, rear of the turret 60. I will say this: the ammunition rack and the engine seemed to be quite vulnerable in the lower glacis if you get hit there. So pay attention to that. But I don't find that I get my engine and my ammunition rack too often damaged in a game of World of Tanks. Other than that, 8 degrees of gun depression, 20 of gun elevation, and that is pretty much it. I want to just do a little comparison so you can see the difference between this tank and the obvious comparison to it, the Batchat. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh, what the fudge. I am running some mods. That might be the reason why I can't see the pictures. But there we go. Let's see now. The DPM is higher. Obviously the Batchat has a 6-shot magazine, which means, sorry, 6-shot magazine, and, oh, no, hang on. Is this showing me the Batchat with the stock gun? I think it is. Yes, sorry, it has a 5-shot magazine with 390 average damage, so it does have higher burst damage than the TVP, by quite a bit, but the Batchat, as we know, takes 2.73 seconds to load one shot, so you can literally put 2 shots in a Batchat for every one he puts into you. So that's important to note. The weight, obviously, Batchat very small, very net. This is a much bigger tank. Same HP pool, much better gun handling on the TVP and much better accuracy as well. Other than that, there are not that many differences really. The traverse speed is better for the TVP. The specific power is better for the Batchat. They have the same view range. I actually run coded optics on my TVP. I would, by the way, recommend if you're buying a TVP, coded optics, vertical stabilizer, and improved ventilation. If you want, you can put, where is it? Oh yeah, enhanced gun laying drive, simply so your gun will aim as fast as it's firing. But I don't really find the need for it. I just, if I'm unloading that quickly, I'm probably doing it at very short range, so I don't really, I don't really need to aim much. But at long range, just give it another half a second, and it's good to go. So that's enough of the garage. Let's have a look at some gameplay, shall we? So here we are in a random battle on Windstorm. Yes, Windstorm. So sorry, I just suck at remembering the name of the thing. And obviously tier 10 match. I'm in the TVP T50 51. And if we take a look at the team lists, we see that they have a pair of platooned tier 10 mediums. And seeing that, I decided that I don't really want to go to the standard medium tank country, which is here. I rather stay here because the TVP, while it excels at dishing out a lot of damage in very short amounts of time, A, can't take it. You just can't take the damage, and B, that was the World of Tanks spotting system going a bit wacky there, and it happens quite a lot. And B, once you've fired your 4 shots in the magazine, you're defenseless. You can't retaliate, you can't do anything, so you're pretty useless. So I figured I'll stick around here. Now, pay attention. Just count the tanks, okay? We have the STBs, both of them here, a T54 here, a T62A here, a T110E5 here, an IS4 here. That is almost all of the enemy team, okay? And at this point, I was looking at the, oh, well, I wasn't expecting to see him. I was looking at the town to check out how the heavies are doing and if there are any heavies in, like, enemy heavies in the town. But just watch what I can do to this AMX 1390. This is a very good gun. There we go. Done. Pay attention, an E75 and a Guerrilla 15 have also arrived into the medium valley, shall we call it. And I'm looking right now at the at that lone E75 over there, and I'm thinking to myself, We have 5 heavy tanks on in the city, and they're taking their time with a single E75. We can't have that, so I decided to go out there and help them out a bit. Now, watch what I can do to this E75. I'm gonna get his rear. Watch what's gonna happen to him. One shot, two shot, three shot, four shot, and that's that. He took another shot from the E5, I think. And in that space of time, it took him to turn his turret around. I emptied my magazine into him. Now, the good thing about having this somewhat small magazine, that unlike the Bat Chat, you don't have to um, wait a long time for it to reload. You don't have to sit around with 2 shells and contemplate whether or not you want to reload. You have 4 shells. 4 shells is about 1500 damage. You, sorry, 1500, I wish. And it's more like 1200 damage. And look at this gorilla. 1, took his tracks. 2, if I aimed a little better, I would have been able to hit him with that third shot, but I was able to hit him with a fourth one. This gun does have very, very good gun handling, I will say that. Now, the situation could be better. As you can see, we're a bit of a... We have a WZ-132 and a Gorilla 15 fighting off an E5 there at the... Oh, there was also 121 there. Okay. So it's looking pretty good. I have so far done 2000 damage, which is okay, but consider this, I only fired at 2 tanks. I didn't really have a chance to fire at anything else. And the gorilla is gone, and now watch these two, not paying the slightest bit, and they're good players as well, not paying the slightest bit of attention to me whatsoever. One shot, never mind. And the GWE 100 actually fired at me and missed. Um, So that's all good. And the mouse or E75 are gonna get him. And now it's just a mad rush to fight for the remains of the enemy tanks. And like I said, very well, reasonably fast reload. You can actually, at the end of the game, count on doing some more damage because you have such a fast reload. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, and 1 for the T49 as well. And that's that for me. And in the space of what, 2.5 minutes since I actually started fighting for the damage, like and actually looking for the tanks and starting to shoot at them, I actually got 3,700 damage. And I'm gonna make it a little bit more out of that T62A over there, or am I? I actually don't remember what happened. Yes, I'm not very good at this. Forgive me. And the E100 blasts him into pieces. Very, very nice. But yes, that's the TVP 50 T50 51. And if you like this, please remember to like and subscribe. I will be tuning into the comments to see if you want any kind of specific content or mechanics explained or whatever. And I'll see you in the next video.